you. Say that was your subconscious. All right, y'all. Peace, 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 peace. Welcome to Karmic Dynasty. We are here this evening backstage hollering at you. We coming forward right now. All right, all right, all right. We're here, everyone that's gonna be here on this evening. Starting with the Universal Humanitarian. It's been a while since you've been here, but you definitely is welcome around here. Go ahead, introduce yourself, followed by King Adonnis, and then I'll be in with y'all.
Yeah, it's your boy Elmo, the Universal Humanitarian. You already know. And here with my goddess, Karmic Dynasty. We come here today to talk about astrology and reincarnation with my brother King. And we going to bring some knowledge to y'all today. You know what I'm saying? A little something y'all probably aware of, and a little something you probably unaware of. But we coming today. You know what I'm saying? Peace.
Peace, family. Gratitude to all those tapping in now and in the future. Gratitude, mind, body, gratitude, your body. May we be healed and aligned in divine harmony. Just going to shed some light on what's happening in the skies above and how it affects what's happening and what's going on today.
All right, y'all. My bad. Had a delay. I was working on something. So this screenshot, Karmic Dynasty. I do my best to always share how I came about the topic. So this is actually based off of a comment on the in my. I received a notification in my YouTube channel, Karmic Dynasty, and it referenced the strength of the timestamp of 1221, and that timestamp is Elmore's part of this astrology resurgence series. And at this time, I'm going to play that clip, and then it's our intro into our presentation this evening. Let me mute my mic. No echo.
I already had on my mind anyway, from what I heard about the black cube. So Saturn's supposed to be like this supercomputer, or the black cube is this supercomputer, right? That's in control of our reality in so many words. And the moon is responsible for the reincarnation phase back to Earth, or DNA or data recycling itself back to Earth. And the sun could be considered our power supply and our communication interface module. And and it create virtual instruments within the whole module. And that's why we control by time. That's why we have like time, even though time is an illusion, but Saturn is the ruler of time, which he's called the father of time. So within time, you live and you die, you go through the moon matrix and you return right back to Earth. It's like a non-stopping cycle. But I don't know if that good or bad, but it just it is what it is. We reincarnate. That's why we live for eternity. It's because of this whole moon matrix module. Yeah. And it's a picture of basically the same thing I was saying, of all the planets inside of the same dome, and two people in the red on each opposite side. And the picture really represents duality. If you split it down the middle, it's two of the same picture, just mirror image. And the people in the red are looking through the portals, or they going through the portals, which is on the ascendant and descendant on the horizon. And they peeking through the veil, what they call the veil. If you go through the portal, you no longer inside of the earth veil. But this picture showing you that there are portals where you can get in and out to other planets. But you're still gonna be up under the same. We still gonna be up under the same big dome. So it basically just traveling to other dimensions, going through portals. Where the portals at, I don't know, but I got an idea what it is. Probably all the places they are guarding, all the places government garden that we can't enter.
All right.
Yeah,
Elmore, you want to carry on for us?
yeah. To add on to that, Saturn Moon matrix model, I left out of that the Black Sun. Black Sun responsible has some responsibility too. The black
Mm-hmm.
sun, the unseen one, the unknown one, and it acts as like a cloud, which is could be like ether or what you call the Ethernet, or which is ether responsible for sound, and ether is one of the five elements, which is supposed to be used in astrology. With astrology only use four, but they only use four because they took out the 13th sign, which is Ophiuchus, which is ruled by the element ether, which complete the 13th sign, and it can represent the black sun also. And let me see, you got a couple pictures you can put up right quick. You can put up like
Yeah.
the black cube. Muslim they worship the black cube.
This
Uh,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
all you know what I'm saying. All Abrahamic religions basically unknowingly worship the black cube, which is Saturn, which is the false god of the Bible, Yaldabaoth, Saturn or Satan.
Well,
Yeah, but yeah, this right here is cube too, but it's in like inside of a star. But it also has six sides. Six is the number of Saturn, and Saturn is Father Time, which is why we age and why we're governed by time. And
mm-hmm.
this the moon is responsible for like I said in that video, which all the planets are responsible because they all play a part in the reincarnation process. And like I said, in that it isn't good or bad. It just is what it is, right? So
Right.
we incarnate over and over, which uh people call this Maya, which Maya mean illusion, right? So if all the spirits in every culture knew that this is like an illusion, but the planets are responsible for this illusion. That's what I'm trying to get at. The planets. Like the planet also responsible for our different emotions. Like most people think the moon rule our emotion, but every planet have a different emotion that run with through our bodies. For example, Mars is when we mad, Venus is when we happy, Saturn when we depressed, uh, Pluto is when we in power, Mercury when we intel. These are different types of emotions, so we can't limit our emotions just by the moon or the fourth house. I'm talking to the astrologer with this, but yeah, the planets play. I made posts like this on Facebook already, but if you've been following me, but the planets are responsible for our holographic reality, right? And we know they control our body because the planet govern every parts of our body. For instance, Mars govern the head, Venus govern the throat, and so forth and so on. So we are walking stars and walking planet. That we come to the understanding. But is it a trap or not? That's the question I'm trying to figure out. But I know it's a continuous cycle. Just like we always got the saying like history repeats itself. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing new under the sun because history already repeats itself. So that's the same way we incarnate. We just keep going and going and going. But it's a way out of the reincarnation loop or the earth prism or prison, or to not be controlled by the planets because it's already planned it out. It's just holding you in the network through the through Saturn, through time, through the black cloud. I'm gonna say the black sun, through the cloud where we ether, which rule our ability to hear. Cause ether creates sound and vibrations, and that's how we get our information too off the web from the ethers. Well, I'll let y'all talk a little bit about what y'all want to talk about. Then I'll come back.
I feel as though there's a path that astrology can pave that will allow one to grasp the position of reincarnation as it pertains to the life, because as above so below, right, with the foundation as frequency, knowing that everything is frequency, whether it be in a dense solidified phase of light or a more gaseous or fluid state. And in the stars, right, when we born, we have this map that is essentially like our blueprint. And I want to start with reincarnation. Okay, so we get into reincarnation, it can look like the vibrations, that frequencies, right, the frequencies and vibrations that we take on from our ancestors and our spaces and our community. And those frequencies and energies and experiences get stored within the bodies, and these bodies are a continuation of our ancestors that have come and experienced life on this realm in order for us to be here now. So that's our our mothers, 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 and our fathers, 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 and their fathers, and their fathers, and their fathers, right? So we have all of these different energies that have come together that have allowed us to be here in this space. And essentially, the DNA is information. So we have different ways of expressing this information to adapt with and grow in expanding the consciousness, right? So in the expanding of our own consciousness, we are only allowed to be as high as the planet herself is vibrating at. And that's a variable type of, it's a window. So like in the awareness of frequency, in raising like the awareness of how we are reincarnating into different time cycles, it's all different energy, and we identify the energy that we carry based on our signatures. And those signatures are like sigils, it's a sign, and those the sign goes into the frequency, but the signature also goes into the symbolisms of the hieroglyphs of the stars themselves, which is where we're able to pinpoint and identify stars, like clusters and constellations, and these sorts of concepts, right? Now in defining the stars, they have associated personas and personalities and archetypes with these different stars, and these stars portray these different emotions, where like the planets themselves have embodied different frequencies to come into this form of light, and now they resonate frequencies as they do a celestial dance across the skies. So for each of the planets, that looks like, for Mercury, that looks like communication, intellect, short distance travel. For Venus, that looks like beauty, romance, harmony, love. It's the morning star. For Mars, that's your aggression, your assertion, your warfare rules. It's it these, and then like when you grasp the power of the planets, right, this is why I give gratitude to the seven. And then there's the north node and south node, which in certain esoteric communities are looked at as the energies of Neptune and Pluto and Uranus, because of the extremities that they carry. And the north and south node are important because those are the head and the tail of the dragon, and we are moving into the year of the dragon. So it's important for us to be able to grasp different forms of astrology, because as we're looking at the tropical things and breaking down more of the tropical sciences, we get into the Vedic astrology, where there's they follow the 13 signs of the moon, where 13 is a universal constant. It's not the universal constant of the 369 matrix, of where the time matrix is all numbers pinpounce and bounce around off of. And that gets into the magic square science. So in that science, there's the one of the cubes is the 369 cube, and at the center of it is the universal constant of 41, or on a reflection is 14, which is where there are 14 signs of the zodiac that, or parts of 14 zodiacs that should be paid attention to. And those would be Sagittarius. The 14th would be Cetus, and that would be Ophiuchus's opposite, because everything has its duality in the realm of polarity. So in order for, and just like breaking it down on the 12 zodiacs on the six axes, because in order for you to be able to fully grasp your own energy, you have to be able to recognize your opposite. And in recognizing your opposite, you learn to alchemize and transmute the energies of a Mercury retrograde, of a Jupiter retrograde, and be able to hold on to your mind, your mental space, your mind womb. And in that is where we create our thought forms, and those frequencies where we create into the realms where we choose to experience. And that ties it back into reincarnation, to where as we continue to project higher frequencies, the generations to follow will embody those higher frequencies and transmute out the disharmonious energy that the planet has been experiencing, or not.
Right, bro. I feel you on all that. I totally agree with that, bro. Yeah, like you said, planet emit a certain frequency, which we are governed by those frequency. Those frequency control our reality. So, like Mercury, they send out thought frequencies. Like the universe is self-sustained, self-programming. So like I know like people say control your thought, control your reality, but do you bring your thought? Do you manifest your own thoughts, or do your thoughts just come randomly by themselves? Are they already pre-programmed? Because in order to manifest something, you have to think about it. And certain transits makes you think about certain things, depending on what kind of planet trans. So according to that planet, according to the energy you have to adjust to. And the 12, yeah, like you said, you got to have the opposite of Ophiuchus. And in more zodiac that they left out the wheel, that just to keep us bound in time. Because long we leave stuff out the wheel, we'll be missing a piece of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We'll never get to come to know ourselves in whole. And what I was about to say about the oh yeah, the Bible said the watchers and the Egyptians say Anunnaki. Um, but anyway, these are the people who taught humanity astrology, and it's somebody else, the Archon, yeah. But
Or the Dogon. There's also
yeah,
the Dogon mythology, where they learn from the Nomo, and
yeah,
in translation of the Nomo, that simply means water or ether. And
right,
that's where in indigenous paths and native paths we get the 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 inception. Excuse me. And here
right,
we get that's the inception. That's how, like, they have created now what's known as artificial telepathy, where, like, with their different, like, 5G towers and all the other devices, they can now send out frequencies that make people, groups of people, do certain things. Like, there was recently a trend of people dyeing their hair blonde. Like, they're not just doing this for no reason. It's because there's signals being subconsciously pushed out to the collective that is manipulating behavior. And it's also another reason why a lot of the collective is so aggregated and agitated and lustful, because of the frequencies that are being pushed out. And it's because people are not alchemizing the energy of the planets. For example, Venus is in Scorpio on the Draconic, Vedic, and tropical chart. And that the tropical is our mind space, the Vedic is our heart space, and the Draconic is our soul path. So we got this Venus in Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, which is extremity. So like you're dealing with thinking in like thinking in extremes, going through extreme transformations in your relationships, in your partnerships, in your own love and value, the beauty that you have within yourself, redefining that love because of the celestial transit emitting these frequencies that are being transmuted by the sun, because essentially it's all in synchronistic. They work in harmony. One of Venus's best friends is Jupiter, and Jupiter and Saturn, they go hand in hand. They sit right next to each other. I got Jupiter and Saturn in the eighth house, and eight is the number of Saturn, and six is the number of Venus, and eight in numerology, eight harmonizes with the six and the three, and three is the number of Mars. I lied. Jupiter. Three is the number of Jupiter. Boom. Yes, thank you.
Can you hear me? Oh, yeah, like I was saying earlier, like you said, the doggone all of the same things are different energies, different names people use in different areas of time. But what is reincarnation? Reincarnation is a philosophical or religious concept that the soul or the spirit after biological death can begin new life in the body. The origin, the word reincarnation derived from the Latin, literally meaning entering the flesh. It's an old concept and it roots goes back to the Iron Age. Concept of reincarnation present in many religions of the world. Yeah, religion is basically in every. I'm gonna say, dang, reincarnation is basically in every religion except for Christianity, because you know the Christianity Bible is so coded. It's in there, but you gotta decode it. Just like when Jesus said when Jesus was talking about John, he was really saying like John gonna be reincarnated and him and vice versa. However that story go, but that story is about reincarnation and many more like that too. And yeah, like I was saying, many cultures also made mentions of the Watchers and the Archons, which can be the 12 disciples or the 12 zodiac sign. Well, the Watchers, they're gonna be considered as the fixed stars, and the zodiac sign, which is really made up and imaginary. See, it only really fixed stars in the sky. It really ain't no. We made the constellations up. Well, we didn't make it. Somebody made it up back in the day, but we can create our own today. But I don't think nobody ready for that topic. But yeah, the Watchers supposed to came and told humanity about astrology, gave us knowledge of the cosmos, and according to Gnostic, God punished the Watchers for giving humanity that knowledge. In Christianity, they'll be called the fallen angels. Yeah, I forgot about that. But anyway, yeah, the God of the Bible punished these people for trying to help humanity free themselves, because they know He can free themselves through the knowledge of the cosmos, which the cosmos, our birth chart and astrology is nothing but a roadmap from our destination. I'm gonna say from our beginning point, from our destination, which we don't have a beginning. I'm not talking about like how we were born, but I'm saying like where we are now and where we need to go in life, and where we need to go after life too, because you know it based on degrees and angels, but uh, that's how we're going. Eventually, you re-escape it, the reincarnation trap. We escape it by knowing the configurations of the astral world or the cosmos. Once we know the right configuration, we'll know what to do and what not to do, and not to go to that false light. They're gonna recycle you back over here again. Like most people gotta understand the reincarnation. We here, we choose our life, and we here to learn lessons. But when you been here thousands and thousands of years, bro, ain't that many lessons. That wasn't considered as a trap. Then you know it'll
Yeah,
be.
it's a trap because it's all the so in my path I've learned that like they look at certain different star like groups and beings. They look at this planet as a campground because of all the pollution and toxification. Like higher frequency beings can't be in this realm for too long because of the pollution, and it's
It'll
the
literally kill them because it's too low density for that vibration.
yeah, and because they're not able to be in this space, well, they weren't able to be in the space because they're here now. um they weren't able to be in this space before because of the frequencies that the collective was pushing out. And now we're in a time where the scales have been tipped towards the divine feminine path, where you see more people pushing the like, valuing the feminine more, balancing out the feminine more, being in line with your feminine more. And that has allowed for a balance between the matriarch and the patriarch. And because the scales is essentially tipped, we are operating in those spaces of authenticity where it is neither feminine or masculine. It is the is known as androgynous, or hermaphroditic, where essentially you are being able to flow in your authentic state of being. Because as we come to embody, we are stars ourselves, so we use the reflections of light, the reflections of information from the other stars, in order for us to learn more about the stars that we are and are creating. Because we come from the dust of the cosmos, creating eternal stars. And this is the cycles of the universe that is growing and infinite, everlastingly expanding. The zero, the nothingness. And that's where, like, after nine, you get into the one and the zero. And then it's it's just more empowerment. The zero is just there to empower. That's why 0 degrees in any astrology chart is there to empower whatever is the leading degree.
Right, right. Could you put up that picture you put up before, Joy? I want to talk about the parasitic entities who basically the reason why we reincarnate over and over and over, so they could harvest our energy. Everybody thinks it's Illuminati, but they play a part in it, like people who do that type of stuff. But it really entity that just know we have source inside of us, right? We source, you know what I'm saying? We have like fragment of source. That little fragment of source we have in us, that what the entity want from us. So long they keep on trapped, it like trapping God in the body. That what it, instead of a body, you trap them in the body, and you trapping them in the whole um this part of the universe. It's like a trap. And other word, we are God trapped trying to free itself out of its own nightmare. Cause they say it's a dream, but it's more like a nightmare because God had less control in this low density. You know what I'm saying? If you smart and you open your eye, you see that negativity run this low frequency RAM, this 3D shit. You know what I'm saying? Good kind of somewhere up there, but bad way up here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a chance of getting sick before you stay healthy, bro. But what I'm saying though, you gotta have duality in the low dense. So you gotta have the positive and the negative. Like he said, you gotta have balance. And back to the parasitic entity, these come from the planets once again. Because the parasitic entity, they feed off of what? Greed, fear, lust, anger, sad, depression. Depression gonna be, I said that when we first started. Saturn. There will be Saturn parasitic entity type being. Like if you ever watch somebody get a past life regression, they always go back and say, I wanna get rid of this emotion. So this emotion, like these planets, be stored in our DNA and our data for eons, not no 1,000 years, eons. This ain't we've been reincarnating from the beginning of time. Like we ageless, bro. But it's a way to escape the trap. And some people think we have a choice to come back. I used to think that too. You had a choice to come back, but I don't know about that right now. I think you ain't got no choice but to come back. If you without the proper knowledge to getting out of here.
You
Like
gotta raise your vibration.
yeah, and you're pre-programmed. Like we already pre-programmed for a savior like Christianity, Islam, even spirituality. They waiting on superpowers and waiting on the sun and shit like that. They still waiting on something like that. Everybody waiting on something
Now
to
you got to
say that.
save yourself.
Right,
That's the one. And once you learn to choose yourself, that's when you become a part of the chosen. Because the 144 that they talk about in the Bible is essentially a frequency. It's the frequency of divinity. It's the frequency of righteousness. When you walk in the path of divinity and righteousness, you therefore are granted the keys to the kingdom, which essentially is everlasting life, which is essentially like being able to choose whether or not you want to uh, come back into this star system or another star system, because essentially this is the school of life, and where you have different souls and gaining consciousnesses with that. It's very multi-purpose because it's a multi-dimension. We are
right.
multi-dimensional beings essentially. So in the flow, in finding your in raising your vibration and aligning in divinity, you are recognized by higher beings that therefore can guide you to ley lines and the tribe and the people that are in the frequency of moving forward and pushing for harmony, because essentially the high vibrations is harmony and bliss and joy. So in order to be able to experience those frequencies, you got to raise yourself to that vibration of experiencing harmony, bliss, and joy consistently, because what you do consistently becomes your frequency.
Right. Oh, I'm about to get to that part too. Show that picture one more time. No, it's a duality to everything. Same way when we feel love, happiness. These ain't. I don't know. They're parasitic, but it's still entities. Different entities come in and siphon off of your love. Same way negative energy come and feed off anger. You got positive energies that feed off such thing like love, happiness, joy, peace, the euphoric, vision type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So all these are entities that leech off of our source energy within us, the good and the bad. So it ain't right or wrong. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Bible guy is Archangel Michael. He's supposed to be a good angel, but he's a killer. So it's a duality to everything. You can go back to that one. This Bible scripture talking about the matrix. It said, "Thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that comets the matrix." I think they say comment. I can't really see that. Um, Lord, all that opens the matrix, being male, but all the firstborn of my children redeemed. It's just different scripture where it mentioned the matrix and letting you know how we're trapped basically because
Is that
it
word
tell you it
open it?
open it. Yeah, okay. Said unto the Lord that opened the matrix. Let me read that again.
Being males. Go ahead, I heard you.
I'll read the top one. That thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that open the matrix. So I guess they're like
Yeah.
telling you escape the matrix, basically. But the Bible letting you know we're in the matrix, and the matrix mean the womb. You know what I'm saying? But the matrix consists of binary codes of zeros and ones, which is programs that we come pre-programmed with. That's why, like you said, we can raise our frequency, but our it shifts. It like it constantly shifting. We can raise it up, but we restricted by the planet. We're restricted by time. We're restricted by thought, by Mercury. We're restricted by all these planets. But it's a higher octane to all those planets. And it's a duality to all of them. The same way they responsible for trapping us in the reincarnation, they're responsible for the exit, the reincarnation. So in my opinion, the reincarnation is forced, not by choice. And Only way to escape it is with knowledge of self and being self-aware. And that's what I'm doing today. Let's be making you self-aware of how the planet control our reality. Once you know that they control our reality, you'll be self-aware. You know what I'm saying? You can observe more. You know what I'm saying? You can be aware and know where this energy coming from. And moped like regression, um, people are born with the traumas of the past lives. So if you don't live thousands and thousands of life, you got thousands of stored trauma that need to be cleared. And everybody don't have a past life regression to get that trauma cleared. So a good thing to clear your trauma, you can just um, meditate to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, you can picture yourself, like a train or a car or something, and imagine it taking you to all your lives, dropping you off and clearing all your paths. And you get back in the car and you come back to where you were and you wake up. But that's one way to do it. But
Say that for me one more time, if you don't mind.
it's just an analogy, you know what I'm saying? Like while you meditate, you can visualize yourself getting into like a vehicle, or you can imagine yourself going to a house and just you want to have intention when you're doing that. You're going in the house to intending to clear all your trauma and with your mind, body, heart, and soul, you believe that when you exit the house, your trauma will be cleared. But that's just one way. In many ways, whatever way you discover you want to do, now you gotta be creative. The best way is your own way. I can't tell you your way. You feel me? That's just how I like to do it and what I came upon. But yeah, we have entities that leech off our source energy, and we only can see and hear a certain frequency, a certain spectrum of the frequency, and they most of them low. Like it instantly occupying our present now, but we can't see them because the eye can only perceive so much frequency, and the frequency is controlled by the frequency of the planet. But I think as we come to awareness, we'll bring more planets in, like a Felix and Sirius, like he said, and that'll bring more awareness to the collective consciousness.
And that's why we're getting so many solar flares, because these solar flashes are essentially frequencies coming from the galactic center that are here to upgrade our DNA based off of the experiences that we choose to put on ourselves.
Yeah, I think we chose the planet simulated the one. We say we in a simulation. So the planets are responsible for that simulation, as you can see by transits. The fixed stars is like this is another thing I want to say. Like Vedic peoples, where they so accurate and all that shit. Nobody more accurate than nobody, because both systems are off point from the original system. Like no system is like doing real time astrology. So and nobody more accurate or more nothing. It's just the astrologer. It's depending on what you want to do and what you want to use. The system can't make you better. You only make the system better.
Or at least not any astrology that the public is aware of is on
Right.
point with the source. Yeah.
Right. They been off track. They throwed us off time, you know what I'm saying? Father time once again. When they controlled our time and gave us the Gregorian calendar and flipped the days and stuff to the
Yeah,
planet,
yeah. That's
took
why
zodiacs away. That fucked
the
up the whole reality.
the it was an inception on like of like natural time, and then that's where like there was like it was like a time in like the 1500s where like it was like the calendar stops at like 15 and then starts again at 1. So like they just like I'm not I'm it's somewhere in my subconscious, but that's just what's being
Yeah.
flowed right now. And that was the inception point of like when like we started using this Gregorian calendar system, because what the natural time cycle is associated to is the moon, because it associates to the 13 moon cycles that the females go through a year associates to it's really 28 divided by 2, which plus 2, because it's really 27.9, which is the amount of Earth time it takes for the moon to revolve around the planet, right? So
Right.
it's it gets into like the Tzolk'in of like the Mayan calendar, where like they have 260-day cycles of like 13 moon years, and it's like 13 divided by, it's different, it's like 13 divided by 4, no, 28 divided by 4. It gives you like the seven days of the week, and then like it just breaks down like how the different planets are aligned in their different energies. And then it also breaks down like each day it'll break down a dream spell, and each dream spell is associated to like the houses, so you can see like your energy of the day. So like understanding like the correlation of how like we are in this light matrix, where these celestial energies are portraying their light frequencies onto us, and we have to be able to alchemize and use those energy, because you can either be a victim of the life, like letting these planets just do whatever they want to you, or you can embody the life and then start to grasp the meaning of the phases of the moon, the positions of the moon. That's why like when the moon rules over the waters, and it's also involves the rules over Cancer, which is intuition, right? And being able to intuitively know what's going on around you, so that you can be in alignment with nature. Because in nature, we have these magnetic crystals that allow the turtles when to know the direction across the ocean, allows the birds to know where to go, allowing the different moon phases get into the different points of like harvesting, cleansing, clearing. And it's because every full moon is not a releasing full moon. Every new moon is not a manifestation full moon. You got to learn the phases of the moon, and the positions in the sky, because the moon was put there for a reason. There's a lot of controversy on the moon about, oh, the moon is this matrix, it was put there by this construct. It's there for a reason, and it has a lot of control over the waters. And the waters are essential because we are 88% water, and our mind is 95% water, and the water stores and transmutes, communicates all of the information within the physical realm. What water is on this realm is essentially what ether is on the spiritual realm. And ether is essentially abundant. Water is abundant. The information is abundant. It's here.
All right, so King Adonnis, while you were talking, my mind triggered on my conversation with El Moore in prep for today's show. And it goes back again to the video that brought us here today, which I shared in the beginning of this presentation. So if you missed it, just scroll back when you can and watch the astrology resurgence video that brought us here today. El Moore, the timestamp was I think 12:22. Um, I'm gonna find it. What was the timestamp? So we were talking, and so in this imagery, yeah, 12:21 is the timestamp, and I think I put it in the description. I'm not sure, but either way, we were talking. I was talking to Elmore about portals and about the sun and moon being a portal, and what his thoughts were. And King Adonis, you could chime in, of course. What Elmore's thoughts were on when it comes to reincarnation. When we leave here, my mind yet has not told me really which way we exit out. I'm thinking more of the sun because of the so-called light that people see when they leave here, those that have those near death or death and comeback experiences. But definitely my thought was when it comes to the moon and how those moon phases that were being discussed, and how in reincarnation, I really want to also say that the sun and moon are the portals, so to speak, and they bounce off each other. One is the end, the exit after your death, and the other is when you reincarnate, that you come back in through. And I'm really thinking at that time, my thought was with the moon having its cycles and phases. And then you have the full moon, which to me would be like full, uh, full, what's the birth cycle? Full,
a new moon, and then it goes into the first quarter crescent.
the full term pregnancy to me is equivalent to the full term moon,
Uh-huh.
full moon. And so when the timing of when you leave is based on the full cycles of the moon, like a full term pregnancy, and those phases of the moon determine when you come back. Depending on what phases you went out on, determines how much of that remainder of that phase to the full moon, or and then you come back and got to do a complete moon cycle to that next full moon.
Right, to the portal open back up. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because if you go, in between the moon cycles to the full moon, that's not a complete portal opening. So you got to wait till it's fully open, which would be the full moon. In terms of how because the moon is always full, it just has an appearance, it's always whole, it just has an appearance of the phasing. So that again would be determined by where you live, the time zones, for example, if you want to really take it literal. But somewhere that's just came out of me that other day that's a indicator of the
Yeah,
movement.
they say people that have near death experience the white light, and the sun really
Yes.
not yellow, it really white. So that could be
Hmm.
the white light everybody see, and
That's
that
what I
way
said.
bring your ass right back through the moon.
Right back, right back.
Yeah, right back one more time. Learn another lesson.
Right. So yeah, I appreciate the energy that King Adonnis has shared to get my memory going. Cause boy, y'all, it's been a day, and I'm here. I'm here. Um, but definitely, I think that in this world, they tell us what they want us to know. The rest we need to figure out or just be without in the minds that we have here. But I really say with the much attention that goes on the moon, and they uh related to the waters, which would be like the birthing waters, and then they relate it to the women's cycle. I really have to right now say that when it comes to reincarnation, and you reincarnate through a womb, well, all things come through a womb of some type. You coming back out here. Your shuttle here is that moon. That moon is your transportation. And when your stop come, you getting off that bitch and you coming out that womb and down here on this earth. And that's the short of where I'm coming from right now.
Right, right. Yep, back to learn one more lesson. But yeah, according to the astrology chart, some people use like tropical, you like south node to compare your past life, how it was in the past life.
Fast south node, north node, next life. That's what you're talking about. Say that for me.
Yeah,
And
the
your
north
mic is
node.
muted.
Oh, my
And
mic muted. Oh,
go ahead.
yeah, the south node. Tropical astrologers look at the south node to determine what type of past life or what type of what coronation you came from. And Vedic, they do the whole chart called D60. It's like a past life chart.
Cool.
It show you how you was before you incarnated, kind of like a past life reading. But in tropical, basically to me, all the planets show like your past life because all the planets are aspects of the soul, fragmentation of the soul, or they at least control the fragmentation of the soul while we on the 3D realm because we are governed by their laws. We gotta abide by their laws, and we are walking stars, like he said. They control different body parts, like Mercury control all the dual parts of our body, the hands, the legs, the lips, and stuff like that. So if you have a bad Mercury in your chart, so this, you know what I'm saying? If you're a true astrologer, you can see this in the chart. you can see that everything down there predestined, pre-planned, pre-programmed. Because the transit the chart will show you that. Like if you ever broke your leg, I can see that in the chart. Or if you're going to break a leg, I can see it in the chart. But the only thing about a chart and astrology, it had like a simplicity effect. You know, you have a positive, a negative, and a neutral effect. And according to your vibration, that what type of effect you're gonna receive from the universe. So if you're vibrating low and doing all stupid, hateful stuff and negative stuff, then you're gonna receive negative reactions. But if you're doing positive, well, I don't want to say that, but that's a good way to think. You feel me? Because I know people who good people and bad shit still happens. So that's just part of the program. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta utilize it to our best advantage. You know what I'm saying? Learn as much as we can and grow from it. And when we do decease, we'll know not to run into that false ass white light and come right back. We'll have proper knowledge that we won't be deceived. But the deception don't end here. It begins in the spiritual world too. You know, you got deception in every realm. Duality in every realm too. Don't let nobody tell you that. Duality in every realm until you get to source, the 0 point, where it's nothing and everything in one, but mostly nothing, no thing. But it duality in every realm. I don't give a fuck. If you go to the sixth dimension, the seventh, the eighth dimension, you're gonna have higher beings, higher dimensional beings. They're gonna be dualistic. Cause they're always gonna be opposing opposition. Ain't no such thing as all good, ain't no such thing as all bad. They're always gonna be. And they do at dualistic nature until you reach 0 point.
Yeah, the 0 point is powerful. That's where like that cosmic waters are.
Yup, that's what the source said. That's the goal. Like I think, like they say, life is just a game, but I think it's about whoever can find their way back to source. Many people have done it. You know what I'm saying? Probably just that's why your memory get white because you're
Well,
supposed to remember.
we all have like we are all co-creating with source in our own light, right? So and this is in this physical state of being, we are experiencing enough information that we have because we have soul contracts, so we fulfill those contracts. Some of us have no contracts, some of us have multiple contracts, and we go through this life cleansing and clearing the karma, and then we come to fulfill our soul's mission, and then we move on to the next purpose, because essentially we it's about having like a heavy heart, or like living a life like regretting anything. When you transition, do you know where you're going, or are you just still like confused into somebody else's worshiping out somebody else's system? Giving, you got to learn this about giving all the energy, choosing you entirely, authentically, 100%ly, and then that's where we able to move forward and be able to break free from the matrix, because then you become a master manifester, or a magician, or an alchemizer, or a sorcerer, which is sorcery, which is I sourcing, feel me, the energy, the source, that the 0 point. You learn how to harmonize and co-create with it.
Right, right. You said we co-creating, but I digress. I think everything already pre-programmed, predestined because like we can use these planets to our advantage and probably try to prosper. But what I realized after my observation of life, that you don't co-create shit. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like we still waiting on tomorrow. Like what's gonna happen tomorrow? But tomorrow I already know what's gonna happen. It's up to us, you know what I'm saying, figure that out. But we're gonna figure it out by it happening to us. That's how we that's what you call experiences. But anyway, I used to think we would damn, co-creating our reality and thought control our reality, and we have free will. But The more I understand astrology and spiritual science, the more I see we don't have no free will. We're not co-creating shit. Because, like you said, we're coming to the age of lightning because of what? The planets.
Hold up, excuse me. Hold up. Peace. Yeah, peace. I had to leave the camera for. I had to go handle some stuff. Y'all done had a conversation. I miss what's good. I hear some. I'm not caught up on what is y'all talking about right now. Free will. What we came to
Yeah,
grow
we don't
on
have no
the
free will.
planet. What
You got willpower, but you ain't no such thing as we free.
we have willpower, but no free will.
I don't
And
feel like
Everything's
those two go
predetermined.
together.
What'd you say, King Adonnis?
I said I don't feel like that sentence could be real. That it's an oxymoron, is what it is. Because essentially, it's people always looking for ors, but it's both. Essentially, yes, there these things are destined. Yes, you have free will. It's not either or. It's that's where recognizing duality and finding balance comes in to play. In order to be able to appreciate what you don't have, you have to be able to recognize where you're at. And that's where direction, navigating the waters of consciousness, you have to grasp your now in order to be able to navigate with a decent intuitive sense of direction. Because in order for you to move forward, you have to know where you're at now. And if you're looking back to in order, and if you're looking based off of everything that you've done, like in that direction, you're looking in the wrong direction of where you're trying to go. So stay in the now in order to be able to hold on to the keys. And that allows you to attract the things that align you to a higher purpose. Because like the planets, these things have frequencies, and these frequencies are symbolism into boatloads of things. So and that's where the singularity comes into place, where everything is everything. Like Jupiter is Mars, Mars is Saturn, Saturn is Venus, and they all are the same planet, but they just take on the different magnitudes of the same collective energy. And that's what we do as different stars. We take on different aspects of the same God source, and then we go into the life, and then we create based off the frequencies that we take in and alchemize. Some of those energies look like wisdom through the metaphysics and that type of thing, and some of that energy looks like trauma through the beatings and the trauma dumping and the molestation and that type of patriarchal energy through the worshiping of a child molesting, sacrificing God known as Yahweh. But then there's two Yahwehs, so then like which way? Because then there's also two Enkis, and then there's also two Enlils, because everything is in dual. So it's all dual, it's all
Uh,
polarities in the
Inlet
esoteric
is the
consciousness.
polarity of Inky. But it well, name an example of having free will. I want to hear y'all opinion on having free will. So yeah, me why I say we won't have free will because if everybody had free will, everybody be happy and everybody have what they want. We'll be able to do what we want, go what we want. But instead, we gotta go to work to make money and make currency. That ain't free will, bro. That's that pre-programming. We're pre-programmed to work because the human race was born to be slave. We were born to be harvested by parasitic entities, which is the planets or the archons or the demiurges or Yahweh, Yahweh or Yah. That same person, same God, same thing.
That's
Uh,
not my purpose. I feel like that is a form of programming that has been taught to the collective in order to because there's so much information within the collective, so a lot of the information is diluted. So in order, that's why you got to really search within yourself and see how that information resonates. And if it doesn't make you feel joyful, it doesn't feel empowering, and if it doesn't make you feel like you have the choice of free will, because we literally choose to do everything in the life. You can choose to get up and go wash. You can literally choose to go and get up to work, or you can choose not to. And then you just fall into different streams of karma and lifestyles. But at the end of the day, is if you're still alive. Because if you're alive, that means you're still here for a reason, and you just haven't figured out what that reason is.
I think you got me Free will ain't choices. Free will and choice, that's two different things. Free will like controlling your destiny, controlling your path, controlling your fate. Like
And that's co-creation when you have the choice to control, because
but it's
it's
pre-programmed. Like if you break a leg, did you control if you broke your leg, or did it just happen to you? Or if you have a wreck, or if you
you
suddenly
set
go
up
blind.
a certain amount of choices and experiences to put yourself in a predicament where breaking your leg was a possibility. So therefore, because you didn't prepare, you didn't take the preparation to prehand to make sure that you had the wisdom and the tools to not go ahead and break your leg. You don't start
I'm talking about
tapping into
like slip
yeah,
down the stairs or something, bro. I ain't talking about playing sport. I'm just talking about life. Life
like
be
in no
life.
for real.
Well,
And
maybe they shouldn't have went down them stairs.
in general, anyway,
If you live
exactly.
upstairs,
It's the
what I'm
energy that
saying,
follows you.
you can't control your destiny or your fate. That what free will is, controlling your destiny and fate, right?
I'm between
Like
both conversations right now.
like
So
I think y'all trying to say like free will, like me having a choice to do something. Like you can choose to do something, but at the end of the day, you still don't have a choice because it's already pre-programmed. Like let me say, like Monday, like tomorrow is Tuesday, right? I'm gonna say it to Friday. It's a pre-program. What happened tomorrow, we'll never know until it happens. We can't just say, I'm gonna think positive, nothing gonna happen. We don't know that. But like homie
that's
said,
right.
if we like he said, is you caged in or are you free? We caged in, bro. We were talking about reincarnation, the dome, the firmament. It just if you put a monkey in a big ass forest and put a dome around, he'll think he's free if he don't see the end of it. That's the whole point of this show. To show you how we keep coming back over and over and over. Once you keep repeating things, it become a trap, not choice.
That
It's
part.
by force. So if we had a choice, I think we wouldn't choose to keep coming back, learning lessons. It ain't that many lessons learned in the human life. One human sky
Well,
life.
well, from my thoughts, choice to come back. The thing is, we're here and we're living under the knowledge of we made a choice to come here. Means if we come back, we made a choice to come back again every time. And I say that based on the who we the what we be, the what we are, the being we are outside of here, our source being where decisions are made for our travel and our time and experience here is not stricken by grief, hunger, depression. They're not, it's not stricken by those things that hit us here in our feelings and our emotions. And when we say, I don't want to come back, I ain't coming back here. This is it. That's this flesh talking, this
That's
avatar.
ego talking. Yeah,
That's
ego.
all that. Where we are source right now, we decided to be here to go through these trials, tests, tribulations, these experiences for whatever reason that we came here in the first place. And sometimes it's definitely possible when we come here, whatever life, reincarnation, we're cycling again, we may not be here for ourselves. We may be here for somebody or something totally outside of us, but our presence here affects the bottom line. And a lot of times we actually take our experience here personal, and sometimes it ain't got nothing to do with you. Not a damn thing. But while we're here, we have to blend in. So we're going to feel things. We're going to see things. We're going to smell things. We're going to touch things. We're going to experience things. So we blend in. So
Right.
that's my thought on that for now.
My thoughts on free will is fate. Is fate. That's why I call fate and destiny is already predetermined. That's why I call
I'm
it
with you
fate.
on that.
We can't determine our fate. We only can just be aware and observe
Yeah.
and utilize the energies to our best ability. And I agree. I'm saying I understand your opinion on free will, but that's what I thought too when I was first getting to the understanding of this. But as I come to the scientific part too, science will show you this too. No, reincarnation has been scientific proven. You gotta do them look it up. But anyway, after I come to the realization of that and watching past life regressions and stuff and just listening to information, yeah, man, I don't think you have a choice. Like that's the brain. See, our brain already pre-programmed too. That's another pre-program. Like we already that we consist of programs, and the brain come pre-programmed already. They like go to work, or you choose don't go to work. You still gonna go to work because you gotta go hunt. You gotta eat. So you ain't gotta go to work just to buy a house or a car. You still gotta go hunt and work it. You gotta work to eat. Either way it go, ain't nowhere around. That
Is he muted? Can you hear?
oh
Sound good?
now I was muted. My
Yeah,
bad.
okay. I thought it was me. I was checking things. Go ahead.
Damn. What I was saying, like yeah,
When it comes to
yeah. You still have a choice. If you don't go to work, you still gotta work to eat. You gotta go hunt to eat. Food is not gonna come in your lap. So if you don't work, that means you gotta go hunt for your food, right? Hunting is working. Ain't nowhere
Right
around work
now,
in the 3D realm, bro. You
right
know,
quick, I think
that's
Michael,
pre-programmed.
right quick, I think Michael Phoenix talking about like the 9 to 5 work.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
You talking
work,
about that?
work. Period. Like if you
Yeah,
go
you talking
hunt for
about
your
period.
food, that is work. If you build a shelter, that is work, right? You reap the benefit of a house once you build a shelter. You reap the benefit of food once you go to working. Like when you go to work, you reap the benefit of getting paid. It's the same thing, just a different perspective. You're only going to do what you're going to do. That was made. You're right. You're right, brother. But I'm talking about the matrix. How we pre-program and pre-design to work, to hunt. Like we gotta eat to live. That's a pre-program once again. Unless you're a breatharian, then you're still harnessing the sun and you eating the sun prana. So it's just a different way of eating. These are
And my point I was
pre-programmed.
about
We
to
already
make,
come with.
and my point to go with that I was about to make was breathing is work. Even breathing
Breathing
is
is
work. So it
God. That's
takes
Yah. That's what
energy
Yah
and
mean. If you listen to the
mhm.
sound of your breath, you saying Yahweh. But that where Yahweh come from, breath. That's what it means, spirit, breath. So, but um, yeah, I'll let you go. I forgot what I was about to say. But ain't no way around this 3D. That's why I call it three dimensional. It's a low density RAM. You got the damn near break it back to reapable reward. Like if we had free will at 5 years old, we'll just be like at 20 years old, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. I ain't saying you can't do that, but you're gonna go through so many obstacles in life that gonna deter you. That it's gonna throw you off track. But it's hard, bro. It's already pre-programmed. I can see that in the chart. That's why I say it. That's why I talk like this. Like I can see all this shit in the chart. Like I can see if you got a scar on your chest or anything. And you can't tell me that ain't pre-programmed.
Is that's real. I'm telling y'all because Elmore did me a reading and he was telling the stuff scar on me and stuff. I did actually a review of that. It's on my Facebook page. It might even be on my YouTube channel. Definitely.
And look
That's
into the
real.
simulation theory. You know what I'm saying? Simulation theory give you a clue too.
Yeah. King Adonis, I see you over there. Yo, come on, what you got?
So like the body is is our spiritual technology of this matrix, right? And they operate like computers, and we can choose to go along with the program that has been prefixed and given to us, or we can reprogram ourselves to a higher frequency, a higher vibration, higher form of consciousness. And when you operate in that form of consciousness, you therefore allow for a different reality to take fold. And when you experience that reality, you attract things that are harmonious for you, and you just got to alchemize the energy.
Yep.
Master the self, master the cells of yourself, of your source, of your body, and then be with self, know thyself. And as you continue to know thyself, you'll be able to grasp higher vibrations of wisdom.
Information. Right. That's what I'm trying to tell you. See, at first I was thinking like that, but now I got to know myself. I'm aware of that. It's a trap. And most of the philosophy tell you that anyway. But it's just something you want to look over. The mind pre-programmed for dopamine. So we want to be happy about everything. We don't want the real shit. 'Cause real truth hurts. It make us uh like kind of be in denial. But it is what it is. It ain't good or bad. See that what you gotta leave out. That's what I try to leave out of this good and bad prospect. It just is what it is. But we do have willpower. Like basically to me, it's just utilizing the will. Once again, it leads back to astrology. Free will, willpower, zodiac will. That's all that will. That's the will they talking about. That's your free will right there. But the will, that's the square. The square go inside the circle, or circle can go inside the square, with however you want to do it. Which the picture you showed earlier, we're gonna be the black cube, which is the supercomputer that control our reality. We do have free will, fam. You are the creator of your own destiny.
Ashe.
Yeah, it sounds good and it feel good, but with the knowledge I know better than that. Like right now, we think that because we older, we wiser. Who's the child? I bet you didn't think like that because you still ain't going through your destiny, and you still is going through your destiny.
So I
Which we,
put this up. Go ahead.
oh no, I was saying like as a child, if we had like free will as a child, I'm gonna be a firefighter. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Those are just mundane pre-programs already anyway. To be a firefighter, policeman, and all that shit. Those are pre-programs anyway. Uh, like people leaving our lives and stuff. We have no control. It's like we really, bro. It sound good, say we got control, but you just gotta look at life, man. Just look at it from your perspective. If we had control, everything would be great. Everything would be good. If I had control, everything would be great and good. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, that ain't how reality work. It's a dualistic reality. It's gonna be good and bad. And I'm sure everybody want the good, great life. Don't nobody want no bad, no injuries, no nothing. But that's a part of life, and it pre-programmed. And it sounds crazy, but you just gotta come to a certain level of understanding and grasp what I'm talking about. But ain't nothing wrong. But we have willpower, and that's just the power of the not the mind, because the mind is pre-programmed too. It's what they call consciousness. I don't want to say consciousness because what I'm talking about is this outside the mind. What the Buddhists talk about. You're supposed to get to that point, the 0 point, that's outside the mind, the body, outside the mind, anybody, which is that 0 point, which is the source point, which we have inside of us, which is capable for us to reach, but we gotta have the right understanding and knowledge to understand it.
Yeah, they actually have breakdowns about the 0 point energy and how it goes to the Planck scale, and how this it's essentially qualia is the 0 point essence that they measure on the Planck scale. And once you tap into it, you fall in alignment with the oceans of consciousness, which essentially all of our minds sit in. And then we align with the oceans of synchronicity on the 222 on the clock. And when you align in divine harmony, you then allow a new type of reality so that you have broken out of the matrix. And if you would like more information on those types of synchronization wisdoms, you can find me at 3 Motion Thinking 9. That's emotional thinking, 3 Motional Thinking 9. I am King Adonnis, Chief Unicorn, Devleo Silahid. Gratitude to the family and all the light that has been shared on this rare day. I have to catch a train, so I will see you guys on the next alignment. Gratitude, joy, gratitude, gratitude. Panel
Peace,
gratitude to all the
peace,
people now and in the future tapping into this wisdom. Much love.
Peace, Rosa.
Peace.
Appreciate you having me.
Peace, gratitude again. He'll be here again on the next alignment. Check him out. I appreciate King Adonnis being here as always. Now, right quick, what I was saying, I had put this comment up because to E. Claybrook and anyone else who'd like to hear me right now, at any time, whatever your right now is, when we speak, it's important that we hear what we're saying, to not just take advantage of the English that you learned and think and take advantage of what's coming out of your mouth, what's coming through your thoughts, and what you're communicating to others. E. Claybrook has said in his second sentence, you are the creator. That's real. Of your own is still you, your own destiny. So, yes, as I was saying earlier, your creative self is not this right here. Yes, you are the creator of your own destiny. The pre-destiny means you pre-created, you predetermined it before you came here on this earth in these avatars. So that definitely is a correct statement for me to again express how this English, we gloss over what we say. We kind of want what we're saying to mean something else, but what we're saying simply is what we're saying. You are the creator of your own destiny. And at the time that you're creating what was predestined, which is what you're living out now. For whatever purpose your destiny is here on this earth, in this flesh, in this carnation. It's my piece right now.
I feel you. Yeah, I feel you.
And
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, we
right.
try to our own opinions.
Yep, and Michael Phoenix too. What you do makes you you. You're going to do what you're going to do. Is predetermined to do it, and that's what makes you you, and all of that. And E. Claybrook, I'm glad you're here, living and enjoying every single inhale and exhale.
That what's up, brother.
You know what I mean? Glad about it.
Gratitude. I don't take what I'm saying like it's negative. It's just information for real.
Oh, it's not. It was great conversation. I don't know when this turned that way because I had to get when I got up. It was brewing, and then I came back and it was here, hot and ready. So I enjoyed hearing that bit of dialogue on the platform.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I appreciate you having me. If you're looking for me, you can find me on Elmore Universal Humanitarian on Facebook, Universal Humanitarian on YouTube, and you can email me at yoshimore918@gmail.com. Or you can call me at 444-1791. Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me today, Miss Joy.
Always, always, I appreciate you being here. Everybody, everyone.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. And for the viewers, if y'all have any information or any knowledge y'all want to drop in the comment, feel free to do so. Come
yes.
on my page with it. I drop some knowledge on y'all like that. But I didn't want to go too deep in detail because I know it type of information like that get upon the people's emotions and shit. Because you know we emotional creatures. But you know,
Well, it'll be that test. They need to quit being so damn emotional. Shoot, they can drop it. We can drop it now. We can get more detail. I got a seat, so I'm ready. I got plenty of popcorn over here. I can go make me some. It's no thing.
nah, I got
Very, he
do
got to
something.
go.
But
Right. So
we'll make a part two of this.
part two.
Part two, yeah.
All right. Peace, Elmore.
Peace. Appreciate you for having me.
Again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Elmore gotta go. And I'm here. I'm about to be out of here too. So I need y'all to go over to my granddaughter's shop because y'all was predetermined, predestined to do so. Order y'all some goods. There are coupons out there, discounts on her YouTube channel at Moonfox Shop. That use the @ sign when you go on her YouTube. There's the the ampersand at sign. What's it? At sign. The ampersand is the other one, the and sign. So at the A with the circle around it, Moon Fox Shop, her YouTube channel. You'll see it. Order there. Definitely the nonprofit, the Moon Fox Shop Corp, is receiving donations, accepting donations all time. Definitely greatly appreciate it. You will receive your tax form also in regards to your donation. And Moon Fox wants you all to have a Moon Fox kind of day. Here goes her information. You want more information about anything that's going on, promos and events, moonfoxsays@gmail.com is her email address. Become a Moon Fox merchant today. We have a section opening up soon for the adults to display have their merchandise on the shop for sale as well. And also, again, all the monies go to the children and to support the Moon Fox Day shop. Those that come through the Moon Fox purchases. All the other merchants, their monies go 100% directly to them. None of it stays within the Moon Fox shop. I love you all as well. The Moon Fox shop says, "How is your day?" She was in here earlier speaking her words and guidance to her mama. Definitely comment, like, share, subscribe. We're streaming on multiple YouTube channels. Gratitude for you all being here. This again is Karmic Dynasty. We will be here in alignment, as King Adonnis says. And I'm out of here. I appreciate, love y'all and stuff and peace. And I'm out.